two, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey everyone, welcome back to Music with Ryan. Thank you for joining me. This week's guitar lesson, we're going to feature a song written by a very special friend of mine, a singer-songwriter out of Lawrence, Kansas. His name is Brandon Aili, and I've featured a couple other of his songs throughout the past on my website, and his band, Signal Ridge, out of Lawrence, Kansas. And this week, it's going to be a tune he wrote called Daddy Buried Grandpa in the Garden. It's kind of a lighthearted song about his grandfather's passing. And it's a really great tune. I'll leave a link in the description so you can listen to the recording from the band. So you click that down there and you can listen to Signal Ridge. So I created a solo for this tune. It's very inspired by, it's one of my favorite songs of his. And I created a solo for the verse and for the bridge part. And it's just going to really emphasize a lot of Carter style, cross picking, techniques. Okay, we're going to work on having nice phrasing, having things sound connected and sustaining, and we're just looking for a very nice sounding guitar piece, right? Beautiful, nice touch, nice light touch in the right hand. So there's going to be a lot of elements in this lesson here we're going to focus on, okay? So if you want to access the full length version as just a preview, click the link down there and it'll shoot you onto my site and learn about being a Premier member for a monthly, quarterly, or yearly fee. You can access this lesson and over 350 videos just like it. I've got lots and lots of bluegrass, old time, country, and folk guitar lessons over there. So give it a look if you feel like I might be a good fit for you as an instructor. This lesson's going to come with about 30 minutes of video, PDF tabs, and 2 audio backing tracks, okay? So let's bring the camera on in, throw the tabs up on the screen, and start walking through this lesson for an original tune written by Brandon Aili out of Lawrence, Kansas, called Daddy Buried Grandpa in the Garden. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. All right, let's go ahead and start walking through Daddy Buried Grandpa in the Garden here. Again, this is an original song by a close friend of mine, and it's a beautiful piece and a beautiful melody. And I've tried to, write these phrases like he sung them, which was a good challenge for me. It was almost like a study piece. And so I really tried to make these phrases as well, like guitarize them. I know that's not a word, but make them guitar friendly. How would I play these phrases on guitar specifically? And so it was a great, again, almost a study piece for me. And it was a lot of fun. And it's also going to bring up a few challenges with some syncopation and timing that you're really going to have to focus on to nail this arrangement. So here's the first 3 measures, and they sound like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Again, and we'll break it down. 2, 3, 4, 1. So right there, that first little phrase, I landed on the downbeat of measure 4. They're not on the screen, but that's that first little phrase, and really shooting for connectiveness and smooth. So that first measure right there has got a quarter note rest. That's that first marking. It starts on beat 2 then. So on the open A, then 2nd fret A, hammer to 3, open D, 2, 3 hammer on the D, and then open G. So it's going to have elements of cross-picking in Carter style. That's something I wanted to mention as well. So we're going to be using that style and those techniques all throughout this arrangement, and in doing so in advanced ways. So just a little C major scale to kind of start it out. open A, 2nd fret, hammer 3, upstroke on the open D, 2, 3 hammer on the D. Next measure, open G, quarter note there. Then make sure you got your C chord down. Then A string, 3rd fret, and then open G. Then right here we have a tie. We're gonna see this a lot. So ties over. There's no pick direction below it. We don't play the note in parentheses. Again, it's tied over 2, thus causing some syncopation. And we're going to see this rhythm over and over. So I'll go over it, a little bit more in depth now. Then as we go along, we'll go by quicker. But so 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So after the tied rhythm, upstroke on the D string, 2nd fret, you're already there. Back to open G, back to D. That whole measure just staying in the C chord there. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and then the next measure, we've got a little double stop there. B string, 1st fret, you're already there, and open G. And then hammer 2nd fret of the G. So 1 and then go back to the G, open, and the B string. So 1 and 2, and a nice little clean double stop, nice and even. 1 and 2, and then going forward, we play that double stop again, and then 3rd fret D, pull to 2. Open G, and then let's land on the 3rd fret A, on that bass note. I know it's not on the screen, but it's the beginning of measure 4 there. A little pull off 3 to 2 will be maybe a little tricky. Doesn't have to be strong, doesn't have to be real loud. It's kind of in the background. All right, so let me put all 3 of those measures together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And again, connectiveness is the name of the game here. It's all ringing, right? That's what makes our playing really swell up. We can get things that continuously ring on guitar, which is tricky. It's not the fiddle, it's not the banjo they have. It's easier for them, right? So on guitar, we got to do more. We got to work a little harder. Let me do it one more time slow, and then we'll move forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Some other double stops in this piece too, and really I don't want that B string in this case to be louder than the open G. I want them to be even, and maybe even the G note, the melody note, a little bit louder, which is really tough. It's very delicate matter. They're even for the most part. So we're going to see some other double stops as well. All right, then moving forward, 4, 5, and 6 sound like this. Ready, go. 2, 3, 4. Okay. So measure 4, we kind of end that first phrase again on that downbeat of the A string. It's a C note, of course, A string, 3rd fret. And then we just do a little cross pick, a little syncopated cross picking thing that I use all the time. I know Dave Rollins uses a similar pattern like this very often, actually. It's not probably his or mine or anybody's, but this pattern is just kind of common. And 1, 2, and 4, and. So measure 4. Great exercise. And I'm just using it to kind of fill in the gap. There's no melody here. It ends right here, and then I need to fill it in. And then instead of strumming, I could just strum. I want to do some cross picking to make it sound, I guess, beautiful, right? I want it to sound really nice. So A string, and then D, B, tied over, right? There's a tie. That 1 is tied over. Then open G, D, B. And the timing is 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. All right, so you can just practice that for a very long time. It's a great little exercise and a great move, right? It just sounds really nice. So we'll see it again. Next measure, 3rd fret, A string. Again, here's a little strum. 0-2 hammer on the D. Open G, 1st fret B. Again, really connective and, everything's ringing. So measure 5, strum, and then this little move. Okay, and then going on, measure 6. Now we do 0-3 hammer on the A string. And this is where the melody kind of picks back up. 1 and D string, G string. 1 and 2 and. So kind of a little more cross picking thing again, right? And then double stops on the A and the D. You gotta be in tune for this sort of thing. Otherwise it won't sound quite right. You gotta be really nice and in tune. The melody is on the A, but I'm getting harmonizing it, of course, with the double stop. So let me put all 3 of those measures together. 4, 5, 6, 2, ready, go. Again. And so if you get nothing else from this lesson, I would recommend measure 4. Really kind of sums up a lot of things. The timing in just that move is very useful and, like I mentioned, beautiful. So you could really on the F chord then, and then back to the C chord. You can use it on any chord, and it just sounds really nice. So I'd recommend focusing on that. Let me play these first 6 measures for you, and so you can hear them all together, what we got so far. So from the beginning, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. There it is. 3, 4, 1. All right, let's move forward when you're ready.